Good Monday morning and best wishes for a great week from Paycor, America's Mortgage Choice. I am sure you've heard people say that this is a great time to buy real estate, refinance your home, or make a surefire investment. Yet others say more time is needed to resolve the housing crisis. So I applaud you for investing a few minutes in the weekly Rate Pulse, where we can give you some details about what's being said out there so that you can make your own determination. This week's market swerve shows that the more things change, the more they stay the same. We had some stock market challenges last week. There are really some cross currents that are leading market analysts on the stock side to believe that stocks cannot continue to go up in a straight line. This has caused people to fly to quality in bonds, which has improved bond prices and thus improved interest rates. The question here is, do we have a true new uptrend in place on bonds, or a counter trend rally that's going to bring prices right back down here over the next couple of weeks and see rates closer to 5.5 than 5? Be careful if you're floating your interest rate. In the media frenzy this week, we have a couple of things that we're looking at that are out there in the market. First, from realestatechannel.com, we have an article about speculation in the home buyer tax credit. As we know, this space has been detailing the idea that the home buyer tax credit extension expires on April 30th. And this article discusses the pros and cons of extensions. In a summary, really what you see is that people think that the Obama administration is going to be forced to extend the credit because the real estate market is going to slow dramatically. They blame this in part on the increase in interest rates we've already seen over the course of the last 6 months and their potential to slow the market. Read the full article at realestatechannel.com. The second article today in the media frenzy is from the New York Times. It details what you may have heard in the news last week regarding the subprime mortgage crisis that started this all. As you may have heard, the Securities and Exchange Commission has sued Goldman Sachs for substandard disclosure on subprime mortgage-backed security derivative products, and the bet that they were going to fall dramatically. The question at hand is, how clear is the market for those mortgage-backed securities, or more importantly, how clear was it at the time? This lawsuit has less to do about the real estate industry and more to do about the stock market. Read the details at NewYorkDailyNews.com. Finally, we're going to talk a little bit more this week about the game changer. Last week's Game Changer showed an article where we discussed how a good company can be started in bad times. This week, we have an article focusing on a low-profile company here in the Chicago market that's building a huge portfolio of cash-flowing properties through the foreclosure market. They're taking properties from banks, rehabbing them, and putting them into their rental pool at positive cash flows. It's not a sexy business. They're not making wild profits, but the business is cash flowing through a buy and hold strategy. It's an article worth reading at chicagotribune.com. Thank you again for tuning into the weekly Rate Pulse. Do us a favor by forwarding our link to a friend that'll benefit from the information within. Someone you know is always considering buying, selling, or refinancing. So introduce them to the loan officer whose name appears on the left-hand side of the screen. And as always, win today and make it a great week.